It's time to make 2025 the year you finally start a magazine. In this video, we're going to design a magazine cover using exclusively Canva so you can start to get excited about putting your magazine together. If you're new here, my name is Kate and I am the founder and editor-in-chief of two successful magazines that I started well over a decade ago, as well as the Editor Academy, which is the most comprehensive course for starting a magazine. I'll leave a link in the description box for you to check that out and learn how you can join our amazing community of aspiring editors-in-chief this year. I make videos here on my channel to help people like you learn how to start magazines too. So if that's you and you're ready to start a magazine this year, go ahead and click that subscribe button and let's get into the video. The last cover design video I did was on a Vogue cover, and some of you left suggestions on the types of covers you wanted me to do next. So ask and you shall receive. Today we are doing a Forbes cover. So the first thing I'm going to do here is find the Forbes cover that I want to recreate. And I think I'm going to do this one from a couple years ago with Kylie Jenner. So we're going to recreate this using exclusively Canva. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Canva. I'm going to click create a design. And then I'm going to type in magazine cover, but these are also sized 8.5 by 11. It's going to open up a blank document here, and we're going to get started on this cover. So next, what we want to do, I always pull in the background image first. So let's find an image here that would make sense for this cover. So we want kind of just like an isolated portrait. I mean, this guy looks cool. It could do this guy. Canva has some very decent imagery to work with just in their pro stock library. So if I type portrait into the search here, oh, this one is good. Let's go with her. I like this background. Okay, so next, now that we have our background image set, what we're going to do is pull in the logo, and then we're gonna want to pull her head in front of the logo. So I'll show you how to do that. So first, let's pull in a logo here. I'm gonna click text. I'm gonna open up title, make this pretty big. Okay, let's call this Forbes. Forbes, don't come for me. This is just for fun. So I've got this here. I'm going to change the spacing because I need those letters a little bit closer together. Let's pick a font here that's going to be a little bit bolder. So I'm almost thinking like a Playfair. Let's do Playfair and let's bold it. All right, now let's shorten up that spacing a little bit. Get a little smaller, just dragging the corners of that box. Let's see. Let's make it a little smaller. Okay, now that we have that towards the top of the document where we want it, now what we're gonna do is pull that image in front of the logo, just like Kylie's head is here in front of the Forbes logo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on the background image, I'm gonna copy it, Command C if you're on a Mac, Command V if you're on a Mac to paste. So now I'm going to click BG Remover on that new image we just pasted over top of everything, and that's gonna take away the background. So now we're just gonna drag and line it up. That's all. Just wanna make sure she's fully lined up here. Beautiful. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna work on our headlines for the cover. So let's look at what we've got here. We've got America's Women Billionaires. So we want a sans serif font here. So I'm thinking something, I'm gonna click into text again, and I'm gonna click heading, and I'm gonna find something here that's sans serif that I like. Let's look. Something like a Montserrat would be good. Maybe, yeah, we weren't gonna want it bold. All right, let's type here first so I can see what this looks like. America's Women Billionaires. America's Women Billionaires. Okay, for sure we're gonna have to shorten up the line spacing in between those. So let's go up here to spacing. Let's shorten that up quite a bit. And let's make this white like it is on the cover. Perfect. Okay, now let's change this font because this is not quite right. Okay, let's find something like I don't think I'm gonna like, Lee Spartan's okay. I'm not mad about that. Let's make that letter spacing a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna make this text bigger too. So let's drag this where we want this to go, which is sort of towards the middle here. Okay, now you see how on Kylie's cover, it's kind of jumping out at you in a little bit. They have some shadowing going on behind here. So how we're gonna do that in Canva is we're going to click on this text box that we have. We're gonna click Effects and then Lift. Wonderful, look at that. Added a little bit of shadowing behind it, and you can kind of adjust the intensity here for the depth of the shadows. And I think this looks good because on this orange, that white is not gonna pop as much. So we're gonna need to lift it just like we did there. So now we're gonna change billionaires into a different color. So let's go with, let's see, what should we do here? Yellow maybe? Ooh, I like that. Okay, let's do that. Okay, now that we have this kind of main text here in the center, now we're gonna add this subheading underneath. So from a trucking titan to the immigrant taking on Elon Musk in space, our annual ranking of the 60 richest self-made women. What I'm going to do is I'm going to match this here. So I'm going to copy paste and I'm going to delete billionaires. So we're going to want all white text. I'm going to shrink this down, pull the image box a little bit larger. We're going to space this underneath, line it up, which Canva has like the smart grids. So you can kind of pull the text side to side and it'll tell you when it's centered. So now let's get our text in here. It is from a trucking titan to the immigrant taking on Elon Musk in space. Our annual ranking of the 60 richest self-made women. Okay, and that's, I can already tell, too big. So we're gonna shrink this down. We're gonna pull it out. It's 3 lines on this cover, so that's what we want. And then we're gonna add a little bit more spacing in between those. That's a little too tight. So up at the spacing, this icon right here, you can do line spacing and kind of pull it down. I'm at 1.1. Let's go a little more. That's maybe good. And again, I have that on effects on this text box. I have it on lift again because I think it's just popping off the page a little bit more with this orange, especially if we're doing white. I'm going to pull it a little bit closer to that main headline. Okay, and then they have the 60 richest self-made women they have in a different color. So let's go ahead and do that. And what did they do? They matched the blue. So let's change that to this yellow. Fantastic. Look at that. All right, we're looking good. What's next? We have this little text over here that says $900 million cosmetics queen, Kylie Jenner. So let's add that next. We're gonna go into subheading in the text, click text to click subheading, or you could click body text, it doesn't matter. We're gonna change the size and the font anyways. So this says $900 million cosmetics queen. quite small and it is sans serif and it is definitely not bold. So I might leave this here. Pull this up here. Just drag. Okay, and then we've got Kylie Jenner. Oh, hello. I want this all caps. And I'm gonna shrink it down here because it's pretty small next to that. Even smaller, I think. Maybe there. We're gonna line these up. Okay, let's change the color of this. They have it in blue, but I don't think something like that's gonna pop. Maybe we'll do yellow. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Maybe we'll lift it again. Click the text box, click effects at the top, and click lift. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now we're gonna put a line underneath of Kylie Jenner. So we're gonna come on this left navigation bar over here. Okay, and then here I'm going to click line style, and we want that pretty low of a line weight, very thin line. So I'm gonna go down to a 1. And I'm gonna pull this over here underneath of Kylie Jenner, line it up. And how far do they have that? Okay, they have this over her entire name. So I'm gonna shift so it's, you can hold down the shift key while you're dragging your line and it will keep it straight. I also do not want this a solid black. I kind of want this like a gray. Yeah, maybe like a dark gray. Okay, that's good. Okay, now we need to add the text under that. So I just copy and paste here. Click on this text box, Command C, Command V to paste, if you're on a Mac, and then we're gonna add in this text. So at 21, the youngest ever self-made billionaire. Welcome to the era of extreme fame leverage. Okay, this is all caps. Welcome to the era of extreme fame leverage. Now this is a little bit bigger, so how many lines do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can make it bigger. Shorten this box up. You know what though, I do not like this black because I think it's gonna blend in with that shadow there. I might change this to white. Let's just see. That might look better. Let's make this smaller. Let's make this, let's zoom in here. Let's move these over. See how the smart grid, it's just kind of telling me that that is lined up. Okay, let's move our line over here too, come up a little. Let's move this over. Yeah, I want that line to be white too. It's just kind of popping more. We don't have that light background. We have like this shadow behind her, so it's gonna be hard to see that black text. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's, there we go. Again, we don't have this exact image of Kylie, so it's gonna vary slightly. The other thing that we need to add here is the date at the top. So I'm happy with this. Let's use the same font here as this one. I'm just gonna make it bold. So Command, copy and paste. I'm gonna put the date, and today is January 5th, 2025. And we're gonna bold this, I believe. Let's take a look. Bold, yes, and let's drag that over here over top of the S. Let's just take a look at what that looks like. Yeah, and let's add a little bit more of a letter spacing. Maybe just a little less. You guys probably don't notice that at all, but my brain does. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. How do we feel about this? If I was in InDesign, I would change the stroke of this just slightly so it's a little bit heavier, but we're working exclusively in Canva right here. And so I think I'm happy with this font. I'm gonna leave it because bold is gonna be a little too much. Yeah. Okay, I think this is gonna be our cover. I'm gonna shorten up the spacing on this. I think that line spacing is a little too much. That's better. And here is our finished cover. Now, if you want to try this yourself, I'm going to make it even easier for you. I've designed a set of 10 cover templates, and a Forbes style cover just like this one is included in that set. Go ahead and check out the link in the description box to grab those cover templates. They are yours forever to drop in your own content and use them for your own magazine. Let's make this your year to start a magazine, my friend. I will be right here to walk you through it. So if you got value from today's video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.